Hi everybody, and it's my turn now for the questions, the 10 questions, video game questions, and this is a video response video that's spreading around the community. There's a couple of these going around the community at the minute, and yeah, everybody's jumping on board, giving their own opinions, views, stories and what have you. And yeah, this one is for 10 questions, and I'm having to use Tooty's video on screen for the questions because I can't be bothered to write them down, and luckily Tooty's done it all for me. So cheers Tooty, I'll toast to that. So Pete Fighter 2 has tagged me in this one, so this here is my response. So question 1, what type of games do you like to play? I think this has changed a lot over the years. Obviously from the 8-bit days, 2D platformers were the main genre of game. So obviously that was my favourite at the time, and over time as you know, video games have progressed, I would say from PS2 era onwards, my favourite type of game is a first person shooter, predominantly Medal of Honor and Call of Duty. What type of games do I play? I mean, let's face it, I play COD every single day, so you know that is that is the type of game that I play at the moment. There is the odd time where I'll venture into a different genre, but no, the type of games I like to play are first person shooters. I still love them. I still do love the older style ones, like I said, from like the PS2, even the PS3. Still like those. But yeah, it has evolved from platformers to, I suppose, a mixture of all sorts really. I'm just thinking back to my Master System days, which still again a lot of 2D platformers. Amiga, probably a mixture really with likes of Cannon Fodder, Sensi Soccer. And then obviously as we've progressed into 3D games and first person shooters. But yeah, so the type of games I do like to play are those. And I must admit, to be honest, it's something I never really talked much about. I actually play a lot of games on my tablet, and they're the city building games. I've got, I think it's Airport Tycoon and Paradise Island 2. I play them all every day. I go on, click on all the money that I accumulate through the buildings, you know, and then build more, expand my island. They do, I must admit, they do sink quite a few hours per week, definitely. Usually, you know, I load them up every night to cash the money in, like I said, from the buildings and stuff. So yeah, I like to play those as well. Question 2 is, how much time on average do you spend playing video games? Well, predictably, I'm on COD nearly every night, and I'm on an average 3 to 4 hours per night. Sometimes on my day off I'll play it through the day as well, so you know there's more hours involved in that. There's maybe 1 or 2 nights that I might not play if I'm working and come home maybe a little bit tired. But yeah, 3 to 4 hours a day on average, and that's just sunk into one game really. If I only have say 3 hours, I might have an hour on the city building games when I get into bed. So yeah, quite a lot of time really. But those hours just go by like that. You know, a game on COD can last about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on how far you get into the game. 'Cause it's battle royale, so obviously it's gonna, there's only a certain amount of time limit, but 2 games and that's pretty much an hour gone. Question 3. Do you think video games can be educational? Are they educational to me? No, because I know everything, don't I? I know it all. I don't need to know. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I mean, obviously, people have said it already, but back in the day, we had the likes of Fun School and learn different languages, even cookbooks on cassette, on the Spectrum, Commodore. So there were a lot of educational pieces of software. So without a doubt, yeah, you can. Do I learn anything from video games now? No, not really. I mean, if there's a war, I'm not going to be able to grab a gun and slide round a corner shooting 30 rounds into an enemy like I can do on COD. No, I'm not learning anything from COD. Or any other game for that matter. If I'm honest, I don't really learn out. I honestly can't remember a time when I played a game and thought, I learned something new. I don't. I just play the game. It's just a game. So probably my opinion's different to everybody else that's done this so far. Years ago, yeah, you could. They're educational, but nowadays, well, no, yeah, some could be, I suppose. But I'm thinking of the games I play. Are they educational? No. Number 4. What don't you like about video games? This is a tricky one, really, because I don't really dislike anything about video games nowadays. If I'm being really picky, then it's just the constant updates. Again, I'm referring to COD. There's updates all the time, but I understand that they're patching the game, they're making it, they're ironing out bugs, which I think a few people have said, especially I think Pete Fighter says, these games, it's impossible for them to find every single bug in a game, and the only way that is done is by, millions of people playing it and reporting those said bugs, and then they can act on them. So, it is what it is in modern day gaming. But that's the only thing I can really think about. I can think of for that question. So moving on to number 5. How much do you spend on video games? A lot more than I should do, if I'm honest. But this is a hobby, and I don't have any other hobbies. So I'm not into sports. I don't go out drinking every night. Just don't smoke. So, at the end of the day, I do spend a lot, but that's what it's all about. I'd like to think I earn the money to pay for these games. I don't know. I ain't got a figure for it really. I guess I'd say about £100 a month maybe. So other than that, that's less than what I've heard some people mention. So yeah, but like I say, I enjoy collecting. So why not? Number 6. What's your favourite games console? I am gonna agree with Pete here really. Obviously I wanted to say the likes of the Commodore 64, but it's one of those where back in the day, it was a good computer, but nowadays I don't really play the Commodore, and the games I do play, I do load up occasionally to to put on eBay. The garbage. Absolute garbage. I play them once just to take some photos of the gameplay, and I think to myself, wow, this is bad. This is bad, but it's just how times change and your opinions change on things, and yeah, it's weird to think that I used to think that them games were brilliant. So again, I'd like to say the Master System, that was another system I grew up with, but I don't think it's the best. PS3 I liked, PS4 I liked, PS5, you know, don't get me wrong, I love my PS5, but I really don't think it's all it's cracked up to be. I'm still waiting to see a PlayStation 5 game that absolutely blows me away graphically, which I don't think it's going to do, because unless you've got, you know, a telly which is capable of showing the true definition of the PS5, then I don't think I'm ever going to get to see that. And yeah, so I'm saying PS1, and the reason I say PS1 is that console, when it first came out, absolutely blew me away. It was cutting edge, and to me it revolutionised gaming. I know Tutti says it killed the arcades off, it probably did, but gaming wise, you know, home gaming, it revolutionised it, and yeah, it absolutely trounced everything else around it, and that's why I think that is my favourite games console. I'm assuming it means of all time. The question. Next question, what is your favourite video game? It'd be easy for me to say COD, because I've been playing it 4 years pretty much non-stop. But that'd be too predictable. And I was torn between two actually, because I did love Trolley Wally on the Commodore 64. I really did. And it still remains one of my favourite games, but it is hard and unforgiving, and you know, I can't quite put it in top spot, because there is one game which, when it came out, again, it was unbelievable, so engrossed in it, loved every minute of it, completed it, so I managed to see all the game. Well, I've done it several times, and that is Shenmue. It has to be Shenmue. It's just so, it was just so different, and you know, I love the Dreamcast anyway, but yeah, for Shenmue to come out and just revolutionise games in a way, you know, it had this kind of real time setting, and it had all different kinds of quick time events. It had you know, a really good story, quite emotional. You really did feel for Rio, the main character. Yeah, it's got absolute cheesy dialogue, but that's what makes it stand out, and it's so quotable. It really is. So yeah, that is my favourite video game of all time. What's your favourite video game movie? It's a question. I'm struggling with this one, if I'm honest. I haven't seen that many video game movies. Resident Evil is the one I'm going to say my favourite. I think I've seen Mortal Kombat and the original Street Fighter. They were absolutely rubbish. I mean, Resident Evil's not not a groundbreaking film. It's not one of my favourite films, but it was all right for a video game turned into a movie. I thought it were all right. So that is that one. Question 9: who's your favourite video game character? Again, I was torn on this one really. For first thing that came to mind, because my favourite video game is Shenmue, I thought of Rio out of that. And then I thought, well, what about Monty Mole? He's a classic from the 8-bit days, but he didn't really have any personality. You know, he was just a sprite. Yeah, it was a bit bland as a mascot and as a video game character. Monty Mole was a bit bland. So I used to collect stuff for this character. I don't know more, but yeah, it has to be Crash Bandicoot. I think he's a good character, and brilliant games as well. So yeah, favourite video game character, Crash Bandicoot. Finally, number 10, question number 10 is, what's your least favourite type of game? Dead easy this. RPGs. Oh, they're awful. I don't have any inkling whatsoever to play them. I don't have, you know, I don't like them. I don't like the fact that you'll be walking around and suddenly you're tossed into a battle just randomly. I think it just breaks up the gameplay. I mean, I haven't played that many RPGs, if I'm honest. I just can't get into them. I know some have got, you know, good storylines apparently, but I won't know. I can't get that far into them to tell you. They're just not for me. I don't like that style of fighting either, that turn-based fighting. It's like, you know, just want to get on with it, not have to wait for the computer to make its turn. So yeah, RPGs, JRPGs, all those kind of things, all those kind of games, I just don't like them. I know they're popular, obviously they're popular games, but not to me. Yeah, I think the only one I kind of got into was Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 1 at the time, just because it was hyped up. I think I got, if my memory serves me correctly, I think it was like this battle on a mountainside, and I think I just got bored of it there, and I never went any further. I might have even struggled to do it, and I just gave up. Yeah, the dialogue as well, the written text, that annoys me. Having, you know, the text is scrolling on, then you've got to press a button for the next person to speak in a speech bubble usually, and you just click, just get off, just stop talking, just get on with the game. Yeah, I don't like them. And that is it. That's the 10 questions. So thank you, Pete, for tagging me. I thought I was never going to get tagged. But yeah, thanks to Pete for that, and hope you enjoyed my answers to those 10 questions. So until next video, see you later.